Morning. Hello, I'm Clarice Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Monday! How was your weekend? Was it good? Mine was good. I had fun. Interesting developments for me. How about for you? Well, I hope you had a good one. Let's do some readings. So if you want one of the mini reads, if you want a one question reading, you can book in for one of those right now while I'm live, and I'll do that for you. I've popped a link there in the live chat. I forgot to put lipstick on. My lips are really dry. Hang on. Hang on. Hold your horses. Just put a bit of moisture. Okay. Hey, Barbara. What was I saying? Yeah. One question readings. You can book in for one of those while on here live. I think we've got one booked in. Yeah, we do. Okay. We've got Brenda. Hi, Maria. Brenda. Hello. Thank you for booking in, Brenda. I was wondering if you can see anyone coming into my life romantically. And if so, do you have a timeline, please? Oh, yes. Let's see. Someone coming in romantically. Of course, yes. Of course. Let's get some cards out and find out about them then. For Brenda. Who's coming in? Oh, this is a message for you. Okay, so you've got thoughts that are anti the relationship that's right for you coming in at the moment, meaning you've got a belief that's kind of preventing you. You know, that can be, it can be all kinds of things. So right now, you're not attracting it in, or you're equally attracting and repelling. We do that when we have like beliefs that are counter to it. So that could be like a belief that causes, or a thought that causes you to not be open to what would be right for you. For example, it could be about a lack of confidence around kind of a certain kind of a people. It could be about how you're feeling about yourself. It could be all kinds of things, in fact. Anyway, you've got gratitude and service. Yeah, the run up to the next relationship will be very helpful for you. I don't know if you're in the, Brenda, if you're in the Psychic Cafe Club on Facebook. Let me just find a link to it. I don't know whether you're on here live or not, but I'm going to put the link to that community. And the reason I'm saying that is I posted a video in there, not one of my videos, someone else's, an interview, and it was really interesting, about healing ourselves before we can get into a healthy relationship, which is what I talk about on my channel a lot, pretty much all I talk about now, really. And from a, what's she, I don't know, psychologist or something, I don't know what her title was, I can't remember, but neuroscientist, that was it. A neuroscientist explaining about it. So it's very interesting to see another side of the importance of healing ourselves. Anyway, your run up to the next relationship will be very useful to you in the healing kind of a sense of it. So 10 for the timing, and 10 of Swords is like painful endings, so the end of the pain. And yeah, so definitely some healing in healing. So yeah, this is why, you know, my love readings, my private love readings, they're about, well, you know, I'm all about healing, be healing. It's about, there's a healing path to everything that we want, to get ourselves in alignment with it. And my private love readings are all about that. It's like where you're at now, your steps to kind of getting there. So yeah, you might be interested in one of those. So that's you. If anyone else wants one, book yourself in. Oh, I need to get the link again. Hang on. Book yourself in. Well, I had a pretty busy weekend. Well, apart from yesterday, I didn't do very much at all yesterday. because it was my friend's birthday on Friday, but we went out to celebrate it on Saturday. It was a bit wild, but fun. So let's get some cards out for the collective on just that, like getting into healthy relationships. Oh, and Brenda, 10. So if you want a timing on it, I'd say, yeah, not before like about 10 months. Okay. So there's the link to book in for one of those mini reads. Let's get some cards out for the collective. Get into healthy relationships. There has been a development for me. I'm currently talking to one person, but he's just visiting here. Perhaps go out to dinner with him tonight. I'm not sure. And someone is on the horizon for me. It's not going to be a fast thing now, if it happens at all. We've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is about forward movement where romance is concerned. Now, Knight of Cups, it's, indicating movement. So not, what am I trying to say here? When something takes a shift into the romantic, so if we're getting into healthy relationships, then we're doing it really slowly, right? We know ourselves, we know what our patterns are, we know how we trip ourselves up. We've learned from our sabotages what was gone before. We're kind of healed ourselves, and so that we feel good about ourselves, and so that we'll be, ready for what is right for us and happy enough anyway. There's a big plant being carried. And then, so we might be getting to know somebody as friend kind of first. That's like, in all likelihood, going to happen, right? Kind of keeping our distance a little bit, emotionally especially. And this Knight of Cups is movement toward romance. It's shifting it from one thing to another. I also listened yesterday to a Matthew Hussey. I think it was a new video that he brought out. He was talking about friend zone, or maybe it wasn't a new video. I don't know. And that was really interesting. No, it wasn't Matthew Hussey. It was Vsauce. Do you guys watch Vsauce? He's hilarious. I'm a bit of a nerd. Vsauce is a nerd. Teacher. Science stuff. Got the Page of Swords. Yeah. Like I was saying, we learn from what we've done before. And, hey Morgan. And have a fresh perspective on it. So doing things differently as something shifts into the romantic direction. And be strong in that. Be strong, like not to go back to your old ways. Do you like my purple nails? Oh my God, my nails are getting so long. I had to sort them out yesterday. Yeah, that's something I did. Thank you, Morgan. Someone was asking me on Saturday night about my tattoos. Yeah, my friend. She's like, why aren't you getting more tattoos? I need to want a tattoo for a long time before I'll allow myself to have it. Oh, Morgan, I'm both. Hence the confusion. I am both. I'm English and I'm Australian. I was born in England, grew up in England. I migrated to Australia a long time ago. And after living there probably about 2 years, my accent changed in those first 2 years to somewhere in between the accents. And now people are confused and don't know which one I am. And I like it that way. 9 of Cups. Yeah, my accent is very different than it used to be. I grew up in the north of England. It was very strong, my accent. I can't even do it anymore. And when I hear that accent, it sounds really strong to me, and I can't remember speaking like that. Nine of Cups, it's a mix, yeah. I think a lot of people have got mixed accents now. It's very, like in England, we've got specific accents for each town. And so you can tell exactly where someone's from. But then people start moving, and traveling and all of that, and accents change. Sometimes it can be very tricky. And something else that I noticed too is when someone asks me, because I've got a lot of Thai friends, if Thai friends ask me, where they're from, if they're either English or Australian, I hear it as normal. And I've got to really think about it, whether English or whether Australian. Combined is nice, yeah, it's a hybrid. And it's funny because my eldest son, after he was living in Australia, because they all moved out with me, my kids, but were spending half the time between England and Australia. But my eldest son decided to move completely out there. And he did the same. His accent is almost exactly the same as mine. He went to kind of Midway and stayed there too. Anyway, we've got the Nine of Cups next. Nine of Cups is about having our heart's wishes fulfilled. It's a really nice thing. Time to receive. Allowing in yourself, allowing someone to love you in the way that you want to be loved. Fulfilling your heart's wishes. It's possible. Make you really happy. Make your inner child really happy. And what have we been doing all the inner child healing? Well, it's not really inner child healing. It's just a part of it, healing ourselves so that we can be happy. So good. Just finished a BBC series called £10 Poms. Yeah. You got Midlands accent. You're Brummy. Yeah, accents there's a lot in England, right? A lot of different accents. Very specific ones. And it's interesting to be able to kind of place people based on their accents, isn't it? The Sun. And Americans think that they don't have an accent. They've got American accents. And America's got different accents, right? For different places too. You can tell someone that's from Texas, for example. Yeah, it's a funny accent, Midlands accents. We've got the Sun card. The happiest card in the tarot is when you feel pure joy, and it's a lightness and there's easiness about it as well, just like easily happy. Whew. That was good. The Empress, wow. Good cards today. Yes. Now the Empress is about birthing something new. South London. I don't know if I do like different London accents. Oh, I know what like a London accent is, but I wouldn't be able to pick like South London. Living in Auckland. Well, they find it amusing. They've got, New Zealanders have got the funniest accents ever. Yeah, they're the funniest, aren't they? The Empress. Birthing something new. The start of something new. Yeah, I knew the Emperor was going to come out. I knew it. I might be going on a date tonight. I might be going out to dinner tonight. He's an entrepreneur. Interesting. The Emperor and the Empress. Perfect. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Well, this is very promising, isn't it? Because this is what we're talking about. Those of us that have healed ourselves so that we're ready for a healthy relationship. Something's shifting into romance. I was born in the UK. I was born, even though my parents are both Northerners, I was born in Norwich because my dad was just working away at the time there. And then we went back up north. So I moved, close to Manchester, near Blackpool. But the posh part, down the coast from Blackpool. I was below 2 when we moved back up north, so I'm a northerner. I don't think there's a lot of my English accent left. I know that it's got English in it, but I don't think the accent from where I'm from is much in my accent at all. Like I said, like last time I went back, I found it amusing. It was really amusing to me, the accent. I'm like, what? I used to sound like that? I had no idea. But yeah, that's what I used to say when people asked me where I was from and they wouldn't know, like in other countries, about Blackpool or anything, generally. And I'd say near Manchester, like people will know Manchester. Let's get some more cards out. I'm feeling a bit oracle-y again. Blackpool has a posh part. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It does. Either side of it, there's areas. But, yeah, I know what you mean. It was fun growing up near Blackpool. No, I haven't been back for a very long time. I used to go back regularly. I went back a few times after I'd moved to Australia, but I stopped enjoying it. I mean, I didn't like the energy of it, and I was, of course, only just going back to see people, and it just I became annoying to them because I was doing a lot of different things. I'd go back, they were always doing the same thing, you know, and it just became annoying to everybody. So I've been doing this and I've been doing that, and they'd be all like, we're doing the same. We're just, yeah, worlds apart, you know. So I've not been back for a long time. What have we got here? We've got the elixir of life. I also find the energy very heavy in England, like, depressing. But that's probably just about my experiences there, you know. I didn't have a good time of it at all, really. Just based on family and people that I had around me and abuse and stuff like that. Elixir of life is about healing, consolidation, reinvigoration and truth. A woman is leaning toward deep red rose. She faces the flower with her eyes closed, concentrating on the lush bloom. She's receiving the sweet scent of nature and the energy of life. Receiving. That's what I was getting. It's time to receive now. Whew. The wind rustles her hair, whispering the truths of the universe into her ears. She can hear her own breath mingling with the wind. Sitting quietly in nature by a stream or in a garden can help still our wandering mind and heal a troubled heart. There's a time of receiving coming, of your heart being healed, yeah, but it's like you heal your heart and then get used to receiving again. Because when we're not healed, we tend to try and prove ourselves worthy of love. And all those things that we do to try and prove ourselves worthy of love, they never work. In fact, it takes us further away from it. Like overgiving, you know, that is trying to prove worthy of being in a relationship, so I'm going to give them because I don't think I'm enough. I better do stuff for them as much as I can and kind of or pretend to be someone that I'm not. It's exhausting. And it's not just exhausting. It's like, it's a sabotage. It's a self-sabotage. It's almost a punishment for ourselves. For not, you know, because we don't feel good enough. Like we don't feel like we deserve love. And we do. We've got Bloom. I like this card. It's really nice. The Bloom card. I mean, Bloom says it all, doesn't it? It's a really great word. It's a positive transformation. Blooming, really coming into our own energy. Self-confidence, femininity, individual fulfillment. It's got the energy of the Empress, the Bloom card. A woman gazes into your eyes with pride and self-confidence. She knows what she wants, and this certainly blooms out of her being like a bountiful garden. Her hair is thick like the branches of trees, unlike my hair. Although I'm growing my hair now, I'm using like serums on my hair because it's getting like super thin, and I've got new hair growth. It's great. Hair is thick like branches of the trees, and unlike my hair. Reaching out with controlled abandonment. Reaching out with controlled abandonment. Can we reach out with controlled abandonment? Oh, our homework for the weekend was saying yes. Well, there wasn't that much for me to say yes to, really, but I did continue to say yes. But yeah, nothing scary happened. Did anyone else do the yes thing over the weekend? We're supposed to be saying yes to everything, within reason. Reaching out with controlled abandonment. The power of nature surrounds her, flowing both into her and out from her. What would it be like to feel this connected and confident? What could you accomplish? Your inner strength blossoms into future achievements. Nice. So, moving into controlled abandonment, blooming, feeling, yeah, like it's our time now. It takes us a long time to get there. So difficult. In a world, especially in the Western world, I think, where we're isolated, and it's caused a lot of social problems and a lot of unhealed people and trauma, and unhealed, and then those people having children, and it gets passed on. And it's really hard because we can only have children when we're young, and we're not healed when we're young. We haven't had time to do it yet. And it just keeps on getting passed on. Made worse by the kind of cultural shifts that we've had to isolate people away from community and into isolation. Worse with the internet crap that we've got going on. The shifts that the internet has caused. I don't know if you want, well, you probably don't, but I'm into fitness stuff, and Will Tennyson is brilliant, very positive fitness channel, and the video that he put out last night was exceptional, his best video by far yet, and it was about body dysmorphia and how pervasive it is now because of the ridiculous amount of fake perfection that we've got online, making it impossible, making you feel like there's something wrong with you if you're just like a human being with a human body, and has us like striving for perfection, and how, like it's a punishment for us, punishing ourselves like that. But it's very difficult not to with these images, and the whole isolation of it as well. So he's there in a gym, right, and there's this interviewing people about how they feel about their bodies, and there's huge guy, obviously on steroids and stuff, and Will's pretty big, he does a lot of training, and next to him he looks small, and then he was interviewing someone else, and next to him he looked really big, and it's like, you see, we're just like comparing ourselves with other people, and it's not healthy at all. We've got all of this stuff going on. It's hard. I would never use filters. I got a camera and I didn't use it because it had a filter thing on it. It always changed what I looked like. And I do these readings on iPhone, and if anyone makes videos, iPhone is the realest camera that there is. I mean, you see worse than you actually see in real life. It's And yet, with me being on video all the time and seeing myself with the editing process and seeing myself once it's up there, it made me more self-conscious about how I look. That's why I started taking care of my skin more and all of that, because I could see it. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. And difficult not to do that, you know. And it had me questioning myself. Well, sometimes do I get into the perfectionist thing? It's with my working out and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit, but mostly I love doing it, and it's more about I'm amazed at what my body can do. I'd be more amazed if my body could heal this bicep tendon. At least I've isolated what the problem is. When my bicep joins the shoulder underneath the cap here, that's where the problem is. Tendons take ages to heal. So, but I've started on weights. Got to do isolation stuff, like holding a weight like that or something. It's very dull, and my muscle is wasting. I'm losing muscle. I've put on heaps more fat because I'm eating the same, perhaps a little bit more as well. It's hard not to overeat when you're not exercising. You think it'd be the other way around, but nah. But it's like, what the hell's going on? We're not doing our usual level of activity, not lifting heavy weights, not doing that. Eating more. I'm 25% fat now. That's fatter than I've been in a long time. Anyway, all is connected. We're talking about collective here. All is connected. You know, we've got our individual journeys, and that's really important. But we do affect the collective too. Anything that we do puts that energy out there. It's like when, I don't know, whatever minute mile, someone ran that whatever minute mile faster than anyone else, and then suddenly, like a lot of people could do it. Once we've done something, be it running faster, running a mile faster than people have done before, or whether we're doing inner work, it makes it possible, puts the energy out there into the collective. We've added our little bit. We're all really important in that way. Coffee's weird this morning. What did I do differently? Anyway, all's connected. So in our quest, especially when we're talking about emperor and empress, divine masculine, divine feminine, what's divine about masculine, divine feminine? We're looking at out in the world, not much really, but when we're talking about divine masculine rather than masculine, and divine feminine rather than just feminine, what makes you divine is doing that inner work, is becoming, reaching your potential, healing yourself, getting into alignment. That's what I call divine masculine, divine feminine. And the collective here, all is connected. We've all got to be doing it at the same time. Innovation, transformation, growth and release. A girl sits on a tree trunk and holds leaves in her hand while others blow away in the wind. A small spider holds a few leaves together with his fine filament. Even though the wind threatens to tear them apart. Don't be afraid of changes. Release your fear by letting go. Change is hard and often painful, but it's the only way to grow. You may drift, but you'll never lose yourself. Life goes on and nothing ends. It's reshaped into something new by the wind. Not better or worse, but different. And in that change lies wonder and openings. There's change coming. It's all over this reading. The Knight of Cups. Something is shifting into romance from whatever it's been. And that could be you. That could be your energy, like shifting more into that romantical energy. Page of Swords, but progressing with our new perspective from what we've learned about ourselves. Strength and being really strong in that, so not going back to old ways. The Nine of Cups, because we're going to have our heart's wishes fulfilled, is a time of receiving the sun, happiness. And can we be truly happy before we've healed and before we healed enough to then get into healthy relationships? I don't think so. I think human beings were social creatures, and it's very difficult to be isolated, but we need to be isolated in order to heal ourselves. We do that work alone, but to be truly happy is in connection, for sure. The Empress and the Emperor, divine masculine, divine feminine, and what comes from that? I mean, what next? Well, creating a new way of being in relationship. What do we want to experience? I don't think it's going to be anything like old relationships. I mean, like marriage, the institution of marriage and stuff like that as it's been before. I don't think it's regret. I think it's moving forward from that. If anyone else wants a mini read, book yourself in now. One question readings. You can ask anything. It doesn't have to be about relationships, you know. Okay, let's get some clarity on all of this with a Lenormand. Like, let's get practical. Tell us what's happening or what's likely to happen and stuff like that, please, guides. The Dreaming Way Lenormand. I did get another Lenormand before this one. I didn't like it. I like this one. Although I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm a seasoned Lenormand reader, like I am tarot. What? These two cards came out last time too. Mice. Taking. Someone taking something. Whips. It's punishment. It's things coming around again, like the same stuff happening again. And then fish is all about abundance. What's it talking about? Let's find out. So who's taking what? Mice. Takers. If you find that you keep on getting into a relationship, or did previously in the past, keep on getting into relationships with takers, then you must be a giver. You must be a sabotagey giver, trying to prove yourself. We always get matched up, and sometimes opposites attract when we're out of balance, or like attracts like as well. When we're in balance, when we're imbalanced, when we're out of balance, opposites attract. And so if you have been with takers, which was very much a pattern that I was in, it's because we're trying too hard to be loved. Book. I don't know what book is. 26. I've got some new glasses, reading glasses. Oh, let me put them on. In a case so it doesn't get all scratched up here on my desk. The sticker didn't come off properly. Still cheapy plastic things. Oh, that's much clearer. You cannot open a book without learning something. A book is more than pages between two covers. This book card illustrates so aptly that a book is a doorway to vast amounts of information and knowledge. The book is a universal symbol of education, scholarship, curiosity, expertise, discoveries, revelations, secrets, wisdom, whatever the source. The book card can refer to traditional formal learning from teachers and textbooks, or informal learning. Informal learning from mentoring, manuals, spiritual seeking workshops. I used to work for a guy, and he used to say, workshops is just for light engineering. We shouldn't use the word for anything else. Workshops. Self-improvement and life lessons. The book card can also refer to the wonderful worlds opened up through literature, history, fantasy, and inspirational resources. So, learning about ourselves. They're not brilliant, those, in fact. I only use them for doing my nails. My collective reading today is all about karmic relationships, severing conflict energy into softening to love energy. Team of souls, collective, yeah. Calling for support, learning about protection, loyalty, trust. So learning about that, about what energies what we've been doing to make us a match to the stuff that has been not good for us in relationships. So it's more likely to be like live learning. Tell us more about that. Do we need to know more about that? I don't know. So perhaps some of us are still learning that. Bouquet. So bouquet is a love offer coming through. Let's read it, just to get clear on this. So yeah, this is something to be aware of as this, whatever is happening, moves toward romance. And something comes in to be aware of not getting back into that overgiving thing. We don't need to prove ourselves, right? We don't need to try hard. Can you hear the saw? Making all kinds of furniture. I think they're renovating. I don't know if they're going to do every room here. I hope not, because that will mean a lot of that power tool, it will be going on for months, years, in fact, with all the rooms here. Anyway, okay. When you take a flower in your hand and really look at it, it's your world for the moment. It's your world for the moment. I want to give that world to someone else. The bouquet represents, I don't seem to be able to say that right, the bouquet card represents much more than a bunch of pretty flowers you might see somewhere. These lovely flowers have been carefully selected, arranged and tied with a bow and are ready to be offered as a gift to someone special. Someone's been thinking it through, and not the flowers. Love offer. Giving a bouquet as a gift is a gesture of deep affection for a beloved friend, lover, or family member. It's a happy card signifying intimacy, sincerity, harmony, and contentment in a relationship. The sweet bouquet reflects your own feelings of gratitude, confidence, and clarity. If the bouquet card follows a threatening card, no, it doesn't. It follows the book. Probably means that after some difficulties, understanding the situation, you'll soon find clarity or reach an accord. This is good. We need to be aware, though, of what we've learned and not do that same thing again. And be open to like something new, doing things differently. Whips. Again, a clover card. The card of luck wants to come out. Cutting out. So the whips is about self-punishment, and the scythe is about cutting that out now. So how are you all punishing yourself? Sabotages. We've got to cut it out now and not do it again. Stalk. The birth of something new. Positive. I like this. It's like, here's the problem, the solution, and then it get the positive card of like getting into a healthy relationship. Fish is about abundance. What's this? Money. Can cause a lot of problems in relationships and in our own lives too. And let's face it, abundance is exactly the same thing as love. It's the same energy. And if we are not allowing ourselves to be loved, not allowing ourselves to receive, are we allowing ourselves to receive money? Rarely. It's all the same thing. If we're feeling bad about ourselves and sabotaging ourselves, we're not letting the good stuff in. Regardless of whether it's love or money. So often we can see like money issues as a reflection, or just doing the same thing. How we do money, how we do relationships, how we do everything. The cross is the burden. Oh, money burdens, heavy energy, the burden that we carry. Dog. Loyalty. Okay. There's something here about money. If you have experienced in previous relationships money issues, and apparently it's like one of the breakers up of relationships, isn't it? Money issues. But it's just money isn't the issue. Money is never the issue. It's the patterns that we've got. So the money burden and dog being loyalty. Let's read dog out. Wow, I opened it at the right page because it's the middle. The only way to have a friend is to be one. This joyful card shows the bond of unconditional love between dog and its person. The dog signifies true loyalty and faithful friendship. The card may represent a friend, companion, lover, partner, soulmate, or family member who's proven their devotion to you. This person is someone you rely on for support. You can rely on them as well about the money. So if you've had, like, I don't know what kind of money issues have been in your partnerships, it's a reflection of other energies that are going on and how you feel about yourself and all of that kind of thing. But it could be, a wound that you are sensitive to. So if you had like a stingy partner, or someone that stole from you, or someone that was really not safe with money, like gambling away or something like that. Someone didn't pay the bills. My experiences with partners and money. I'm so aware at the moment that I'm still very much getting over the narcissist relationship. That one knocked me hard. Anyway, first, long marriage. He came into it with the dad. It appeared like it got more than me. But at least I was at 0 and had a good job. I was breaking even. I wasn't living beyond my means. He was living beyond his means. It appeared like he had more than me, but he actually had less. He had a lot of debt. And I was oblivious to that, completely oblivious to it. So I hadn't experienced that before. I wasn't looking out for it. And I'm the kind of person that I don't buy things if I can't afford it, I will save for it first. And he wasn't that in the slightest. And it was completely the opposite, right? And so, like I say, opposites attract. Opposites attract. And so it was kind of tiring to be the financially responsible person in that relationship and build up wealth. I built up wealth for us, paying off his debts, which were considerable because he'd bought a house off his sister without getting it properly valued. And it wasn't worth anything like what he had a mortgage on. So to get out of that was very expensive. That was a massive debt, massive burden. Yeah, wow. And then when we broke up, 50-50, stung. At first it was like, no. But the more I thought about it, it's like, after I'd got out of that relationship for the years afterwards, it's like, hang on a minute. I was the one I did so much, even to counterbalance the way he was opposite. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I'd have been with someone that was like that, we would have been like so rich. Someone that was like me. But instead I was with someone that was kind of the opposite, the money waste kind of thing as I was making it. He was making more money than me. I mean, he got paid more. We did the same job. But of course, he has a man. So he got paid more than me. But I was investing and making money. Anyway, that was my first experience. what other money things? Oh, and then I've had a lot of passengers, a lot of kind of guys showing up in my life, and never paying for things, always expecting me as the mother energy, because then I had kids, right? And so the guys come on in there and they're just like, join the kids and expect you to pay for everything too, and that's weird. I mean, I don't expect a guy to come in and then start, paying for everything in my home or anything like that, but it was ridiculous, like ridiculous. Like going shopping and then people, the boyfriend putting his stuff, the stuff that he wants in there, and not even paying for that, me paying for it. Crazy. So I had quite a few passengers. I was just like always the most responsible one, but not realizing I didn't need to do it for them. And I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't speak out. I didn't say, hey, you pay for your own things or put in toward this, because, he'd be eating the food too or whatever. Anyway, I never spoke up about it. I just used to shoulder that. I wouldn't now. I would speak up about it for sure. A friend was staying here with me, and he mentioned that because we'd gone out to eat, and then shared the bill, both put money in, but when the change came back, you know what I mean, like a bill comes out at 1,200 baht or something like that, both putting 1,000 baht in, the 800 baht coming back, and he picked it up and put it in his wallet. This is just an example, I don't know what it was. And I said, I didn't take my money. I didn't take my part out of that. I kind of waited, I don't know why. And he pointed it out to me, and it's like, you need to speak up. You need to speak up. Like, why didn't you? Why didn't you take your part in it? And yeah, speak up more. And it hit me then. It's like, yeah, why not speak up? Like, why am I putting myself last? Anyway, then my experiences with money in relationships, and then there was the narcissist too. He had a lot of money, and he used it to control me. It was, yeah, oh my God. He set me up for so many things. It was ridiculous. So when I first started seeing him, he'd just pay for everything. He'd pay for everything. It was his thing, his thing to, that was the way he was gaining his value in the relationship, to impress me with his money and all of that. And he would just be like, put your money away, until I just got used to it, completely got used to it. He'd pay for everything. It's just what he liked to do, And so once I got used to that, one time we were out with his friends, and then he made a show of me, like I had engineered the situation, that he always paid for everything. And so his friends were like, oh my God, what a gold digger. And I was like, what? That was him insisting we had that pattern. And then suddenly he shows me up in front of his friends, but he was a narcissist, He was getting his flying monkeys, his back up, so that he could make me out to be the wrong person. And his friends would go, yeah, oh God, yeah, we noticed that about her too. Oh, he did a number on me about money in particular. Anyway, we haven't got that here, we've got the dog. So there's a loyalty, there's teamwork, there's someone you can trust here. But this cross, this is the work that we need to do, right? Putting those burdens down. 36, let's read the cross out. Are you all still with me? Cross, people become attached to their burdens, sometimes more than the burdens are attached to them. Interesting. In the Lenormand tradition, as in religion, the cross is a symbol of burden, suffering, and profound sacrifice, martyrdom. Oh. We've been taught that it's a good thing in religion, right, to sacrifice yourself and put yourself last, and it's not. It's not good for anybody doing that, not taking care of ourselves. And the Cross card often signifies ordeals and trials that are unavoidable and sometimes necessary in order for progress to be made in life's journey. You're going to have to do money differently in these relationships. Though the card is associated with grief and despair, it does not always have a negative meaning. The cross symbolizes spiritual ascension and the integration of self that follows a spiritual quest. The cross card references faith, devotion, unity, redemption, religious beliefs, and the divine mercy and universal spiritual energy. Near the fish card, yes, the cross can mean a bounty of blessings. Near the anchor, it can signify finding shelter and comfort. Yes, okay, so when we heal ourselves, there's only so much we can do alone, right? And then when we get into relationships, that's when we learn perhaps about how we do money alongside someone else. Money is easy when it's just us. Well, then it can even be hard, but it's much easier with just one person. When other people become involved with your money, that makes it tricky. And so it's taking money to the next level. But we've got to look out for this. Someone who is responsible with the money too. Someone's at a level with us like that, so there can be that loyalty and teamwork and all of that. But we're going to have to do it differently. You have to be strong, learn from what's gone on before, and there'll be new lessons because there's only so much healing that we can do alone. Okay, that's what I've got. Thank you everyone for coming along. I've been making a pick a card read today. It's going to be Love Tarot because it's a Monday and that's what I do on Mondays. Wednesdays will be how they feel about you because I won't be here on Friday. Remember, I won't be here on Friday. I'm going to the dentist. Which reminds me, I've got to get some tickets. Yeah, so let's do this all over again on Wednesday in 2 days' time. And that'll be it for the week. Don't forget to click like on this video before you click off. Click that subscribe button if you're new as well. And keep up your commenting on all of the videos as well to be in that prize draw for a free full reading with me. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you in a couple of days' time.